Hello, everybody. This is Drew Thomas here. So, because in the last stream, two people came in and, well, just talking to them about the train show coming up. Not going to name names, but they know very well who they are. I will be giving my further thoughts on Six Flags St. Louis in the stream. This will just be me, since, well, one is in school and the other is probably doing college work or whatever. Um, which I do like them. I like talking about trains with them. They're a lot of fun. Like, I really love spending time with my friends and talk about trains with them, but they sort of just took away the subject and just steered me in a different direction. Like, almost like they just commandeered my boat and just started steering it off course. Like, yeah. Anyway, without further ado, here's my further thoughts on what's going on with Six Flags St. Louis. So, what we do know is that, well, there's been new trademark filings under a name called Enchanted Park. So, here's what I think is probably going to happen. I mean, this is also what a lot of people are thinking is going to happen. One thing I've noticed is how when they talked about Oceans of Fun, they didn't mention Worlds of Fun. So either they're just going to do the park and keep Oceans of Fun, or they're just going to do the water park, which has me thinking, what if they're just doing the water parks in this chain? Because they did amusement parks and water parks. I mean, Hurricane Harbor could use the TLC and love that it truly needs. So, I mean, let's face it, it hasn't been the same since, well, you know, they removed Hooks Lagoon and shit like that. So, I have a feeling this is something that Six Flags St. Louis probably needs, especially for the water park. And I do have some worries about, well, what's going on. Like, for instance, I'm worried that they might get rid of the Tommy G. Robertson and either ship it off to another park or just, put it on display. Which I don't want that to happen to poor Tommy. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to have a steam train in a closer park. Then I'll have to do a complete switch to Silver Dollar City, which has their steam trains because, I mean, it's pretty much a part of the market. And like at this point, if they got rid of their steam engines, like the engineer said that was out of the question. Them getting rid of their trains or scrapping them, completely out of the question. And for good reason. But while Six Flags St. Louis, I'm not sure. Tommy G has been struggling up that grade near Ricky Racer, so I'm not sure. I just hope that they don't see him going slow and assume, yeah, we're gonna have to put him out of service. I feel like if they did keep Tommy, the least they would do is probably change the name and possibly the paint, probably keep the whistle, keep everything else. They might change the crossings to actually be actual mainline crossings, hopefully. Or like the same kind of crossings they have at like Busch Gardens or the St. Louis Zoo. Mostly Busch Gardens and Williamsburg because they pretty much use the same signals as St. Louis Zoo, the CB Huntington signals, except, well, they have different sounding bells and different types of gates. But, well, I really hope that they're not going to get rid of the Thomas G. Robertson at Six Flags St. Louis. Well, for all we know, maybe they might just find ways to fix it up and make it run better. Especially if they like the steam engine. I don't know. This is just having me think about what happened to the Arbor Way TT and the Northwestern Railroad. You see, unfortunately, due to the death of the family members who helped operate the railroad, they had no choice but to sell the farm and sell the land. Someone bought the land but had no intentions of operating the railroad. So, various assets were shipped off to other railroads, one of them being the WF&P for us. So, I really hope that's not the same case for the Tom G. Robinson at Six Flags St. Louis. Like, I really don't want them to get rid of Tommy. Because that steam train has always been a part of my life since I first came to the park in 2008. It's always been there. Every time I walked into the park and I heard that whistle, I was excited. Anytime I saw it chugging by on the bridge on the tracks, I was excited and happy to see it. always wanting to wave at the engineers and get on board. Now, if they get rid of that train, the experience is going to be different. And I have a feeling they might just get rid of Justice League. I mean, honestly, Justice League. I understand it's for the best because, well, it's a DC themed ride, and also it is not running like it's not really running like it's supposed to. Various scenes keep breaking. Animatronics just stop working. Smoke units aren't even a thing. Doors don't open. The 4D, the whole 4D part of the 4D ride is gone. It's just, I kind of hope that they close Justice League because, well, honestly, I still think Justice League was this really sick ass ride, but now it's just boring. Now, okay, don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of fun on it. At least have the fire feature working, but they need to fix it up or shut it down. Like they need to fix it up completely, make sure everything is working in tip top shape, and hire professional people to fix it, or they just tear it down. It's either you run it or don't run it at all. Like that should be their philosophy. It's either they run the rides or don't run them at all. But they had better not. They had better not get rid of Tommy G. Robertson. Like that's my major worry. Now, obviously, another worry I have is well, the Looney Tunes going away because I mean, one of my favorite parts of the experience is well, um, one of my favorite parts of the experience of going to Six Flags St. Louis is meeting the Looney Tunes. I always smile whenever I see Tweety Bird or Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck out there. I know he won't be scrapped, but the worst they're going to do is put him on display. But well, the best choice for Tommy if they decide not to put him on display, sell him to another park like Worlds of Fun or Busch Gardens or Kings Island or any other park that has the same track gauge as Tommy G, or auction it off to someone who wants to put it in their yard or whatever. Which, believe me, I would pay millions for that steam locomotive because Tommy G is a real beauty. Anytime I hear that whistle, I feel happy. Anytime I'm traveling on the coaches, I feel like I'm at home. Like I'm very at home on the Tommy G. The coaches are very smooth. I always enjoy waving to other people at the crossings, interacting with the other passengers, talking with the conductor. But yeah, I'm not too worried about what's going to happen to Tommy G. Robertson. For all we know, they might just keep him. Oh no, it's going to be hard with the change too, because Enchanted Park St. Louis sounds like a mouthful, while Six Flags St. Louis rolls off the tongue. It's you know shorter and easier to say, but Enchanted Park St. Louis, like that just feels like a Disney property or whatever. Which has me thinking, what if it's just something they're doing for like a Minecraft mod? Because if you search Enchanted Parks, it takes you to this Orlando-based site about the Disney parks. So we can only assume that possibly they might just make a Six Flags St. Louis mod. But I mean, Six Flags St. Louis is still a pretty good and popular park. I mean, they got heck, a bumper sticker appeared in Stranger Things. Stranger Things, the most popular Netflix TV show of all time. They've also mentioned it on Jeopardy. They've mentioned Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast on Jeopardy. So Six Flags St. Louis is still relevant and awesome. So maybe it's just they're gonna do the water park. They can't just like at least we know that we're still gonna have a park. They're still gonna keep it up. Who knows if they might change the ownership or get rid of a few rides or get rid of the IPs. It's still gonna be a lot of fun. Like I know that there's still going to be hope for this park yet. For all we know, these new owners could actually be paying their employees better. So hopefully we'll see more rides operating and more rides being built because whenever they build new rides, it usually takes a year for them to complete it. Heck, Joker is still not complete, so they still have to finish the Funhouse. Which has me thinking, are they just going to still do the Funhouse, just get rid of anything Joker themed, or what? Like, although we shouldn't worry too much, for all we know, like this could take up to like 5 years for something to change. So I think Six Flags St. Louis will still be around for quite some time. So I don't think this will be the last year. We'll be at Six Flags St. Louis. Well, I don't know. Six Flags America had people, Six Flags America had people like, oh, this park will stay around, only for it to say, hey, guess what? This is our last year. Enjoy while it lasts. I mean, in addition to that, Six Flags will also have to get rid of. I mean, they would also have to get rid of Fright Fest or maybe do a different Halloween themed event. But hopefully, maybe they might have a Christmas event this time. Like a Christmas event would be very nice again. Like this time, I could actually do Holiday in the Park. Like for all we know, maybe they might just be focusing on the water park, so that way Six Flags can focus on fixing up their theme park. They can't just shut it down. I mean, Six Flags St. Louis has been there since the very beginning. Which, like I said before, they're not getting rid of the park. It's still going to be up. It's still going to be up and running. But anyway, so far Midwest Fun Page has noticed what's going on. Apparently Isaac March says that he's still processing the information. We shouldn't worry too much because Six Flags St. Louis might just, like Six Flags hasn't publicly announced anything yet, so we shouldn't worry too much. Like, we shouldn't worry unless if Six Flags St. Louis publicly announces that Six Flags St. Louis is going to be closing down and going to be changed into Enchanted Parks. Which means during the off season, they would have to take care of removing every IP that is Six Flags owned and operated. I'm talking Looney Tunes, gone. DC rides, gone. They'll have to rename several rides, like Batman could just be called, I'm not sure what they would call Batman, but maybe they might just call Barrel Roll. Because there's two barrel roll moments. And then, I'm sorry about the pauses. My brother is listening to some sounds and it's very distracting. Anyway, back to business. Yeah. Gosh dang it, I lost my train of thought. Stupid Tyler. Anyway, oh yeah, they'll have to change the names of rides. Like Batman could just be called Barrel Roll. Supergirl Skyflyer could just be called Skyflyer or something like that. They might change Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast to Polar Blast or something. Like that could be a nice name, Polar Blast. Shazam would just be called Scrambler. Justice League they might just remove completely and replace with a new Dark ride. Like they might just place it with a new Dark ride or use the building as something else. They would probably change the Bugs Bunny National Park name. They'd probably change the names of all the rides and stuff. Like the least they would do is change the names of the rides in the Looney Tunes park. Like they might keep Tugboat Tailspin and National Park Railway or something. Sorry, my dogs keep barking. All right, see you later, Evie. My dogs always have to just bark at every person they see. We are planning on getting rid of one of our dogs at least, though. Mostly the big dog that's, you know, most of the time starts the barks. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like they would also change Catwoman's whip's name. I'm not sure what they would change it to, but well, I don't know. Yeah, I think they might keep the names of like the Boss, American Thunder, and Screaming Eagle. They might keep those names. Colossus. Um, they would probably keep those names. Log Flume, they would just keep as Log Flume, or maybe they might change it to a better name. They better not get rid of the Log Flume though. Um, Boomerang could probably still be called Boomerang, or they might just remove it. The Ninja, I feel like they would probably remove too. I'm not sure. They would definitely removed. They would definitely remove a few rides. I don't think they would get rid of the boss. The least they would probably do is fix up the boss and make it work. Oh yeah, the mine train will probably stay the same. So far, the only name changes they've gone through was, well, at first it was called the River King Runaway Mine Train, and then it was called Railblazer when it was a stand-up coaster, and then it was back to River King Runaway Mine Train, before eventually just being called River King Mine Train. Thunder River could probably stay, although they might change the name. I'm not sure. um, Joker, I'm not sure what they would do with Joker. Rookie Racer, that could probably stay as Rookie Racer. Batman would just be called Barrel Roll, like I said. Like they might just call it Barrel Roll because it does have some barrel roll moments. And to be honest, I'm not sure what they're going to do with themed areas. Now, another worry I have is what are they going to do about the music? I wonder if they're still going to play pop songs. It's just that we probably won't hear Sweet Caroline or Try Everything all that much now. But they still might play some old favorites like Smash Mouth All Star. Well, we know they could play maybe some Benson Boone like Mystical Magical or Beautiful Things. Honestly, Six Flags St. Louis could definitely use a soundtrack change, especially if they're going to change some of the songs. Like maybe the shows could not play like maybe during special events they don't play Baby Shark. Like please, that would be nice. I would love that. Please get rid of Baby Shark because the song is not cool unless you're a kid. Speaking of Baby Shark, I plan on making a top 10 annoying songs list and also a deluxe edition to Why I Hate Baby Shark. Anyway, I'm not sure what is going to happen to the music though. Maybe they might keep the music because I mean, a lot of people like the music that already plays Six Flags. I don't know. Maybe they might just change the soundtracks. Maybe they'll, or maybe they might have it be a, music in different areas type of park, or just have music playing in same areas of the park. Like if you go through DC Comics Plaza, instead of hearing DC music, you'll hear the same old music. Heck, during the 50th anniversary, they didn't play DC music. They played the same music that the other parts of the park were playing. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're going to remove any of the coasters. Possibly Ninja, maybe. They might remove Spin Sanity and Tsunami Soaker, but I'm not sure. Yeah, because they haven't, because Tsunami Soaker's been down for years now. So maybe they might just be, either they're going to remove it or just leave it there until they decide what to do with it. While Spin Sanity didn't open at all last season, so we can only assume that maybe that might be next on the chopping block too. Pandemonium will probably stay. They might change the name. I'm not sure. Honestly, maybe they'll just change the names for all the rides. I mean, I'm not sure if it's like a retrofit or if they're gonna take out some rides and put in new rides, but I'm hoping that's just gonna be a retrofit. They're just gonna retrofit rides, like keep the rides but change the names. Heck, when Six St. Louis, heck, when the Six Flags parks got rid of the Thomas branding, they just changed it to Whistle Stop Park or Seaside Railway. They still kept the tank engines, they just repainted them. That might be the case for Six Flags St. Louis and any other park, but I think it just might be the water parks. Because we all know that most of these parks on the list all have water parks, like Six Flags St. Louis, Oceans of Fun, Great Escape, Schlitterbahn. So I have a feeling they might be making some changes, at least. I'm hoping that's the case. I really, really hope that's the case. We don't want to say goodbye to Six Flags St. Louis. Like, if they just did the water parks, we could have a lazy river with actual lifeguards. We could have slides that actually work. We could have, hopefully, stuff that actually functions properly in the water park. Because this is what Six Flags, and hopefully we can also have the staffing that Six Flags St. Louis desperately needs. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that needs fixing and a lot of stuff that needs changing. Yeah, I don't think they would get rid of the train. Like, that would just be a cardinal sin, getting rid of the train. Like, I don't think they would ever get rid of the train. Even if the park was sold, they would probably still keep the train. But while change is gonna be hard to deal with, especially for me, because as you all know, I'm on the autism spectrum, so I'm gonna struggle the most with change. So I don't think they're gonna ever. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think the park itself is gonna be changed because it's one of the three original Six Flags parks. So I think they might just change the water parks. For all we know, I don't know. I really hope that Six Flags St. Louis stays. I really don't want to say goodbye to it. Even like for all we know, this could just be for clothing. This could just be for food or whatever. It could just be as some sort of like helicopter plot or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, why are they selling it? It's because, they still find it difficult to function. Like, I get it. There's like staff to pay and stuff, but yeah. I'm just not sure what's going to happen to Six Flags St. Louis. But I'm hoping that this is all for the good. This is all for the best. Because I have a feeling, though, they're definitely going to keep the St. Louis theming because, I mean, the 1904 World's Fair was in St. Louis, so why would they get rid of anything 1904 World's Fair related? Because, I mean, that was actually St. Louis operated, so they would definitely keep anything that was related to the 1904 World's Fair, like the ice cream place, um, the hot dog stand, colonnades. They're going to keep all those. Another, I mean, one potential problem that we have is also the all parks passport. So we won't be able to visit other Six Flags parks anymore. Because, yeah. No, Chase, you spelled it wrong. It's foul with Foul because it's disgusting. Yeah, foul is something to do with the chicken. What does foul mean? I'm going to search that. I want to know. So that's what a foul is. Okay. How to eat a meal at Foul Ball. Goes in the trash. It was disgusting, though. Like, absolutely. Sandy. Oh yeah, I saw your video. In fact, your recent video is the reason why I'm doing this stream is so I can explain my thoughts. Yeah, I haven't finished watching the video all the way yet, but well, I'm hoping that this is just for the water parks and just not, they're not gonna like. I don't like change. Okay, so I think it did open last year. It just, they just closed it whenever they needed to repair something, and they just sort of just abandoned it for the rest of the year instead of just fixing the problem, which has people thinking that they might just be removing the ride. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to cope with change. Like, but I swear they better not touch the steam train, otherwise they're gonna have a bunch of angry railroaders protesting. Because believe me and my crew would probably protest to keep this train because we need the train to stay. But looks like we're gonna have to change the name of the Drew Thomas passenger car to the Enchanted Drew Thomas car, as coined by Ides of March Adventures. But yeah, I agree. Okay, when I went to Silver City during Christmas, they had these huge cookies. Like, so after I got off the train, I wanted to get a cup of hot chocolate. So I went to the hot chocolate stand. I saw the big cookies, and I was like, I know what I'm getting. So yeah, if they do get rid of the train at Six Flags, I'm definitely going to just do a switch to Silver Dollar City. They play Sweet Caroline during Harvest Festival. Well, they played it anyway. I'm not sure they're going to do it again next year, but hopefully, maybe. I know they played some Halloween favorites too, like Love Potion #9, Flying Purple People Eater. They didn't play Monster Mash because that was Halloween related. This is Halloween, would also be Halloween related. They did play the Time Warp. Obviously, mostly because they also played during the dance party show, which during the dance party they did YMCA and a few other stuff, which Six Flags St. Louis had some nice dance parties. Like, I know last year they did like a dance party or a foam party. I saw some of it as I was getting ready to leave the park. Like, for some reason, they were playing Shake It Up from the Disney Channel show by Selena Gomez. It's the theme song for Shake It Up, but yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Silver City needs a dining pass. Six Flags St. Louis has a dining pass, which is why I get something to eat there. Although most of the time I just have one meal. So I think I should probably just start getting the one meal dining plan because those are cheaper and I only get like one meal there anyway. I usually eat dinner on the way home because I usually stop somewhere at like Jack in the Box or whatever, which we also stop there for breakfast, which I don't really get breakfast. I just get chicken sandwiches. I know it's a strange breakfast, but hey. Even if honestly, even if they change Six Flags St. Louis, it'll still probably be the same park, but yeah. Yeah, they can't shut it down, but well, selling it would be, they're selling it because of the value. I mean, it's still gonna have the same old 1904 World's Fair theming. It's still gonna have the parts that made St. Louis St. Louis. It's still it's still gonna be a fun place to be. Even if they make some changes, but they better not get rid of the steam train, or so help me, I will quit going to that park altogether. And they won't get a cent out of me. But yeah. Me too. I'm definitely missing Six Flags St. Louis right now. Like, I've just been listening to some Six Flags songs. Like, I haven't listened to Sweet Caroline though, which mostly I've just been listening to Down the Corner by um, CCR. I've also been listening to Istanbul by They Might Be Giants. I've also been listening to Like a Prayer by Madonna, which is a pretty good song. Honestly, the first time I really heard that song was in Deadpool Wolverine, but getting sidetracked again. 30-minute mark! Anyway, we have now reached the 30-minute mark, so I'm still going to keep on streaming, though, until I reach the 1 hour mark or if I run out of stuff to talk about. So, yeah. Obviously, I'm not sure what characters they would have instead if they got rid of the Looney Tunes. I remember back then, though, they had different characters. Like, I know there's like this talking baseball character, this like one Paul Grape scientist looking character. He had a mustache and glasses. He looked a little bit like the Pringles guy. Um, I'm sorry, it just they had a few other characters too, which yeah. I'm not sure who's going to replace the Looney Tunes, but yeah, only time will tell. Hopefully, these characters are just as cuddly as the Looney Tunes. So honestly, yeah. Oh my gosh, the Drew Crusher laugh box. That's what we should change the name to Pandemonium now. I'm just gonna start calling it the Drew Crusher laugh box 69. Because well, yeah, some person, not gonna name names, but they know very well who they are, made me laugh on the ride. Yeah. Also, thank you for staying on the subject and not just going off on, the train show or whatever. Which we're still excited for the train show, which that will have the new vlog series intro that I have created. And you'll definitely see my crew and you'll hopefully maybe see my girlfriend. I'm not sure if I'm going to invite her to the train show or not, or if I'm just gonna take her out to dinner afterwards, but well, yeah. Or how about the Drew Crusher Laugh Explosion 69? That could be a good name. The Drew Crusher Laugh Explosion 69. Oh yeah, it is in 2 weeks. Which me and my crew will definitely be there. Most likely buying trains and watching model trains run. They got all sorts of fun stuff for kids too, like this crank train. Some experiences even have a Thomas the Tank Engine ride, but I'm not sure if this one will, so only time will tell. But yeah. We were trying to have a no reaction challenge while we were on Pandemonium. And so afterwards, that was when, as soon as we reached the break run, we started laughing. Surprisingly, we didn't spend all that much. But yeah, I'm really hoping that we can keep our park safe. Even if something does happen, we'll still have the memories and the pictures and, the videos. We'll definitely be taking a lot of videos at Six Flags St. Louis and a lot of pictures because this won't be the last season, though. I have a feeling they'll still be around for a few years, but then when everything's finalized, the park will eventually be sold. It could take years, but yeah. I've never gone to the train show before, so yeah, I'm definitely wanting to do some new things this year, which I know that I'm doing the train show, and I'm also doing next month. I'm going to try to go to the Magic House. Hey, maybe next month, after Silverdale City open a weekend, maybe on spring break we could do the Museum of Transportation. That's a cue. He always has me saying that because it cracks him up. Then again, Chase laughs at everything, so yeah. And here I am picking on people. Barp. See, there we go. Now he's got it. Now he's got it. Thank you. Now he got it. He's got the name right. It's Barq's Root Beer. Yeah, it's not a P, it's a Q. We were just laughing about that. Like, I found these glass bottles of Barq's Root Beer in this, like, convenience store we found on our way back to a hotel. And, well, I already bought one from the, no, wait. Actually, I bought two. I bought one from that convenience store, and the other I bought at the candy soda place at that one place that's along I-44. That one candy factory. It's not Uranus though. One of these days we need to visit Uranus because I heard they got a lot of fun in Uranus and a lot of fudge. But yeah. So what are your thoughts on what might happen to Six Flags St. Louis? Obviously, getting rid of the park is not an option. Hopefully. Oh, now would be a good time to show you something that my sister found. So, while we were at, while she was at a store, she found this. Check this out, folks. A Six Flags St. Louis cup that has glass and with the carousel horse on it. So I think this is a very vintage cup because it has the Mid-America font. But yeah, this is a pretty cool find that my sister found. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. It's absolutely amazing. Especially since the carousel opened last year. You misspelled carousel. Let me just... Carousel. Misspell. It's carousel. And I was going to make fun of me for that now. Whoops, I dropped something. I guess now would be a good time to talk about updates for the Thompson Express 4. This week, I'm going to be doing some filming, and then next week, I should hopefully be able to start editing. But yeah. So Thursday and Friday morning, I'm going to be getting up early so I can, while it's still dark, so I can do some filming. Mostly for when my mom and sisters leave. As soon as they leave, I'm going to start filming. I'm probably also going to darken the room so I can make it look like it's nighttime. And yeah. You are talking bullshit. You are talking bullshit. How could a train crash into Six Flags St. Louis? So therefore, I call bullshit. Bullshitter alert. Bullshitter alert. Yes, BS. But yeah. What do you think? What do you think, guys? A train crashed into Six Flags St. Louis. Are you serious? Or is this bullshit? Dead serious. Sure, buddy. Sure. Check the news. Yeah, sure, pal. I'll check the news. Oh, wait, here's some news. You are a goofball. Like, how could I mean, maybe back then, but I don't think the train would just crash off the rails. But yeah. I call bullshit on the train crash into Six Flags St. Louis. Bruh, the tracks are like way beyond I-44 though. Or, well, maybe the steam train. I mean, it did have a moment where the axle broke as it was leaving the station, but they soon fixed it by October or September 2023. September 2023, because around that time I was still working at McDonald's, so it was the old store. I still work at McDonald's, so except now I work at a new store. It's the same people, but we got a new store. We had to take down the old store. Well, we didn't take it down, but but we got a new store so we could have more space and stuff. And it's been a lot easier running at this store. And now we have music at our store now, so yeah. Plus, the train would have to go past the interstate, past the road, like past Allenton Road or Six Flags Road, and then get all the way into the parking lot. Yeah, I think you might be mistaken. I think you're talking about the Silver City train derailment. So why would Yeah, plus the trains at Six Flags St. Louis go pretty slow, so it's hard for them to derail. Plus, it's hard for the train to even climb up the hill it, because according to an ex Six Flags engineer who now works for the Wabash, Frisco, and Pacific with me and Wyatt and the other railroaders, he said that the train can pull one car and a few other. It could probably pull like one car up a steep hill, but it pulls four in a red caboose. So yeah, CNN. Sure. Maybe it's some sort of crappy AI article. Yes, you give us the link, buddy. If it'll let you anyway. And um, and if it's fake, then well, I will call bullshit. If it's real, then I will believe you. I will be making more T-Chex logo videos next month as soon as I can get the Tom's Express 4 complete. Even if I don't complete it by the end of this month, I'll just put it on the shelf until I have, you know, a moment where my sisters are gone and you know, my mom is also gone, and I'll film then. And that's when I'll do the filming. Although I'd have to put the tree back up. So if my mom takes on the tree towards me by the middle of this month, then well, it looks like then we're gonna have to wait until next Christmas to do more filming. But yeah, what? Oh well, it was on TV. Oh wait, you're talking about? I think I might be talking about the mine train incident where someone decided to try to fly, and then yeah, got injured. Yeah, they're pretty much trying to fly. That's all I have to say because I'd rather not bring up any harsh subjects because yeah. I remember the day before that it was actually on October 4th when we went chase. That's when they stopped the train and we had to get off at Chicago Station, and they closed it for the rest of the night. But yeah. Yeah, so emergency vehicles were at the station, and so they had to close the train down. And then because the staff were tired, they just closed it down for the rest of the night. I remember like 30 minutes before closing, the train was doing its last run, and the train was getting ready to do its last run, but because of the pipes starting to freeze, they had to do one more run and then put it away because the weather was pretty cold. So the pipes for the propane were starting to freeze or something like that. So yeah, yep. And that's when we started singing random songs on the train, and people would join in again, which I loved. It was much better than that kid just going 6'7" in that passenger car we were in. That was back when 6'7" was just still new at the time and starting to skyrocket in popularity. Nowadays, it's like one of the most popular things the kids say. Although I've seen this video on Facebook of this kid talking about OnlyFans, and it frankly has me thinking that nobody cares anymore. Like, nobody cares. Like, the parents just don't care about what their kids are saying. But yeah. Yeah, maybe if I go solo and they ask me to say 6'7", I'll probably say it, or I might throw them off and say, "Okay," you know, 6'7", kinda goated. Yeah, understandable. Honestly, I just chose to embrace it. I mean, I'm not sure about everyone else. Plus, these fads come and go. I mean, do you how many kids do you hear saying "Damn Daniel" anymore? Or you know, but yeah, yes. Honestly, when I was conductor for a Pole Express event, I did say 6'7" to some kids because I mean, honestly, I liked making the kids happy. The kids seemed to really enjoy it. Plus, I can't help but just start doing the hand dance as soon as someone says 67 or whatever. I just, or someone says 6'7", I just start doing the hand dance, which is just you take your hands, hold your palms up high, and you shake them or go up and down like a scale. And yes, I just gave the instructions of how to do the 6'7". Honestly, it honestly I don't. I remember when I was starting to hear 6'7" a lot when I went Six Flags. Which um honestly, nowadays I'm just used to it. Bingo bungle, bingo bungle. Yes. Our brain rot words are bingo bungle because it so when Wyatt was listening to Holly Jolly Christmas, he was like, "Yeah, they're still saying bingo bungle." And I was like, "What?" And so I was like, "Oh, he might be talking about the ding dong part at the beginning." But no, he's talking about the end when they're saying ding dong, but there's like people saying jingle jangle or something like that, and it sounds like they're saying bingo bungle. So now we can't stop hearing it. Like anytime we hear Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives, we just hear the female vocalist in the background going bingo bungle. And it's unhearable now thanks to Wyatt. Now even my mom and my sister hears it. Honestly, I don't really hate 6'7" all that much anymore. I still think it's stupid, but honestly, I just chose to embrace it. So honestly, this is this year's meme, so we can't avoid it. Kids are gonna say it. It might get annoying, but hey, at least you're not living in, you know. Yeah, White still can't accept it though, which yeah. Oh, he can't live it now. He's talking about the Bingle Bungle. Yeah. Now look what he started. Now people can't stop hearing Bingle Bungle in the song. In fact, we must spread the word. We must tell everyone that they're saying Bingle Bungle at the end. I did hear I did hear that song quite a bit this year. Like I heard it playing on I heard it playing while we were getting decorated for Christmas and I while we were getting ready for the Polar Express event that they were having for Christmas, which the Polar Express event was for a school. It was actually a lot of fun, even though one of the ladies was treated like an episode of Hell's Kitchen. Like for goodness sakes, lighten up. It's a Christmas event. We don't have to actually behave like the characters from the movie. I mean, you don't see the conductor screaming at people for saying 6'7" or well for not doing something. So don't scream at people. It just makes them not want to work for the event. She even yelled. She was even being rude to Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Santa and Mrs. Claus, who were played by my parents. They were being rude to. She was being rude to them. I'm not gonna say names because I mean, for the sake of privacy reasons, I'm not gonna say names. But well, yeah. For goodness sakes, if you're gonna run the event, do it with smiles and happy. Be happy, smile, and just be nice to people. Like I was taught back in my old school to be respectful, responsible, and safe. Yeah, I should definitely do a Toy Story stream, especially since Toy Story 5 is coming out this year, and while the 30th anniversary just passed on my birthday last year, or our birthday, because it's me and Chase's birthday. Because yeah, I'm gonna start saying that now because it's our birthday. So yeah, um, I mean sometimes you expect someone to have the same birthday in the same month, but nope, we have the same birthday and the same year. Or same day, sorry. I did find my actual birthday twin that was born the same month, day, and year as me. And she works at Six Flags St. Louis. She was one of the station people. She was at Chicago Station. Honestly, I definitely can't wait for this Six Flags season. Who knows if this will be the last season or not? We're still gonna have fun though. There's still gonna be a lot of fun to have. Like we'll still have Fright Fest. We'll still have the 4th of July fun. We'll still have the possible 55th anniversary stuff. Hopefully they're gonna do something special for the 55th because I mean they did something special for the 50th, and the St. Louis Zoo sort of did something special for the 55th in a way. I know that Six Flags St. Louis. I'm not sure if they did something for the 45th anniversary of the park, but well, they did something for the 45th anniversary of Six Flags as a whole. So maybe they might do something for the 55th. I mean, Thompson Friends did something special for the 75th anniversary. So some people celebrate the 5th, some people celebrate the 5s and the 10s, but well, you know, they don't really celebrate the actual day anniversary. They don't celebrate anything else in between those. Like they celebrate the 10th, 20th, 10th, 15th, 20th, 25th onwards. But yeah. Yeah. It's unknown how long I'll be at a train show, but I'm definitely going to try to be there for the whole day. Because, I mean, the event ends at 4, so yeah. Well, someone is saying that Six Flags St. Louis is done because I'm looking at a recommended video on the Midwest Fun Page video. Which I still have to watch the rest of the way. In fact, I might end off early so I can watch it the rest of the way. So hopefully Six Flags St. Louis will still be around, even if it's under a different name and stuff. And don't forget that next weekend will be the St. Charles Train Show. So stay tuned for a vlog for that. That'll probably come out by the end of January, like the Tom's Express 4, hopefully. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the upcoming videos I got this month, and also later this year, there'll be more vlogs and stuff, and more Drew Thompson Friends episodes, and especially more THX logo videos. Especially, I might even do some Zootopia 2 characters, so stay tuned. Anyway, this is Drew Thomas signing off. Good night, and like Chase said, pickles suck.